Hello? Hello? Is this working? Are we on? Hopefully. Can I mute raincoat for a hot second? It's kind of loud and annoying. Or I'll just play Wii music over it. This is a nice duo, I think. So, stream crashed. We're back though. Yeah, basically, yeah, my computer just overloaded pretty much. Too much processing happened, and then the stream stopped streaming for just long enough for YouTube to end it. What apparently happened, I just found this out as I was setting everything up. It started trying to stream to a different link, and that link was just some private stream link. So there were like 2 minutes of me live, even though I wasn't really live, like I wasn't doing anything. I had known at that point there was a problem and I was fixing it, but I hadn't hit stop streaming because the stream had ended. But apparently it streamed to some random private link. So there's just 2 minutes of footage of me just like figuring things out there. But I cleared up, I turned off extra bonus processes on my computer. I cleared extra space on the hard drive to make sure that wasn't an issue, and we're gonna hope that things work. So yeah, that's the that's the update, is that we are hopefully it won't crash again or won't lag again. We'll find out if it does, but at the very least that is the hope. Okay, this mix of music is actually dreadful. I'm not gonna lie. Did you give your computer a much needed hug? Yeah, no, I did, and it told me that I should drown in a river, and I was like, that's a little harsh, computer. I built you. And he was like, yeah, but I made you. And I was like, oh, that's it's a little intense, but it's all right, I guess. Okay, cool. I think we're good then to just like immediately hop into stuff. Yeah. So we're midway through the mystery labyrinth. That's where we're beginning / continuing, resuming. Yeah. This chapter's freaking awful. Chapter's so bad it crashed my PC. I think you just got to refresh your emulator whenever it starts lagging. Maybe what I should do, first and foremost, just before anything else, I think you're right, actually, because it's lagging again already. I just want to save and load. Save and load. Let's see. Come on. Save. Oh, no. Okay. I think it should be good then. 13, 17, 42. That's 117, which is about when the stream crashed. So it should be caught up to now, right? Autosave. Work for me here. Work for me. I'm going to see if I can refresh the emulator and see how it works now. I also... I in the downtime I made myself some noodles. They're still not finished I guess setting yet, but I will eat some noodles at some point. Yeah, this is taking a second now. It's cool. So what's up with you guys? Wow, yeah, we're living our best life, I think. Going through it a little bit. This chapter is making me want to die, and clearly it made my computer want to die as well. So we're in a good spot. We're in a good space. Probably already read this on Discord, but I was reading some of the Raincode review threads on Reddit, and the fans of this game are straight up malicious. Yeah, I think I did see your message briefly about that. You said, can I load it up? Yeah, you said they're like downright malicious to people who criticize it. How dare you? You're just opening up the doors for people to harass the VAs and riders, etc. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, no. Oh my God. How dare you criticize a game? You're just, people will harass the creators if you criticize it. It's like, well, I don't know if that's how that works, but okay. Okay. Only one chapter left after this. One chapter. Oh, it's going to be a glorious day. It's going to be so glorious. I'm here for it. We are so back once this game is done. So back. I just want to be able to get this chapter done, though. Really, more than anything. As soon as we're done with this mystery labyrinth, I can rest easy, because I'm worried that it's just going to drag on and I won't be able to somehow finish it today, and that would be the worst possible outcome. Like, I can't imagine it'll be too bad, but like, if we can finish it within the next 2 hours, that would be my ideal. We'll find out if that's possible. I just don't drag on Mystery Labyrinth. That's all I'm asking you, please. And then a few DLC, but I don't think you're going to want to play those. Yeah, no, I'm not playing any fucking DLCs. Unless there's like some really good hook, then no, I have no intention of playing a fucking DLC. No shot. I was reading defenses to see if I was missing something, but most of the defenses were just like, oh, I personally liked it. This seems fair. Okay, my emulator is just dead now. It's literally just frozen. Task manager, please. We're going through it, guys. I just all I want is just to continue the game. That's all I want. I just want to get it done with. But instead, we're here. We're stuck. We're trapped. I'm losing it as a result. Come on. Yes, close. Close. You know you want to. You know you want to close. Guys, I'm going through it. I'm fucking going through it. It's not closing. Okay, so, watch vids while we wait. Yeah, maybe. I hate having to wait, though. This is upsetting. This is so upsetting. I'm upsetty. The task manager is not even loading. It's the worst part. I'm gonna try one more time. Okay, task manager, open. It says nope. It says nope. Hang on while we report this to Windows is all it'll give me. I don't care if you report it to Windows. And then task manager says nope. You know it's bad when task manager isn't loading. Yeah, this emulator is just dead. The game got so convoluted and angry that it just broke. I should have tried to reboot it before I threw stream on, to be honest, but I guess you guys can endure this with me as I do some technical support. Yeah, seriously though, what the fuck? Yes, task manager. It's open. Okay, it's open. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Now task manager, I have one task for you. End this one. I did it. Task manager, you came in clutch. All right, everyone cheer for task manager. It did what we needed it to do. It closed the emulator. Okay, now I just have to reopen the emulator and hope that it runs better now. So, fingers crossed. Why does this game have so many graphical demands when it's not even that much of an upgrade from Despair Girls? It's because it was designed for the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch is kind of not an amazing piece of hardware, and it was just very poorly optimized. I mean, I've heard it's just as it runs, maybe not, I've heard it still runs awful on the Switch, and even I played the prologue on the Switch, and it was still laggy, and there were a lot of visual glitches, and well, that was actually one of the reasons I switched to the emulator, on top of it just being easier to just have to play it directly from my computer. Though then, of course, ironically, it was the same glitches and issues remained even on a computer, because it's really just so not optimized, and there's so many bugs and glitches, and just, oh god, it's just a mess, really. More than anything else, that's the thing of it. Switch was so laggy. Yeah. Oh god, it's It's rough. It's rough. This game is just not well designed. That's just the nature of it. It's really just not well optimized, not well designed, and that is truth. Sorry, there was a little thing on my screen. I had to scratch it off. Let's finish this drink. Oh my god. Come on. Yuzu is slowly booting back up. I think because oh yeah, here we go. Welcome to the thing. We'll have you up and running. Checking for updates. Okay, now it should be booting up. I think it needed to take a second because it didn't get to like close down properly. It just kind of got interrupted and the process just ended. So it didn't really shut down or anything. So I think it had to take a second, but it should be loading up now. I like that a lot of the people in these threads are pointing out that the weakest part of the game was just how it doesn't do a good job of presenting the labyrinths. Which is true. I mean, I think even fans of this game have got to be able to admit that the labyrinths just suck. Like, they're so not good. There are a lot of parts of the game that I like. There've been, throughout this playthrough, there've been periods of time where I've been like, this game's kind of fire right now. Like, it's had stretches where I thought it was fire. It's just that it can never stay fire. It always has to ruin it, usually with the mystery labyrinths. And I think given that they set up the mystery labyrinths as the conclusion and climax of every chapter, it just makes every chapter end on a bad note, because a chapter can be great, but because Mystery Labyrinth is written as the climax and finale of every chapter, it just ruins every chapter, and it's kind of upsetting in that regard. But that's my take on it, I suppose. Okay, I don't know where Yuzu went. It was loading up, but now it's just not here, and I'm not entirely sure where. Oh, here we go. There it is. I spoke too soon. Now it's up. All right, here we go. Rain code load rain code. Estimated time. What does that mean? It says estimated time 31:23. What does that mean? It's not estimating it'll take 31 minutes to load, is it? Because that'd be a little goofy. That'd be a little silly. What are you cooking? Why does it say this? I'm gonna have to show you all this. This is crazy. Oh wait, never mind. It's loading. I was gonna throw it on screen so you guys could see what it says, but because I think when I go to this screen, it doesn't show up with anything until the game starts showing footage. So, all right, I'll stop the music though, just for a moment, because I believe it should be popping up here any second now. This isn't Ace Attorney. In Ace Attorney, when you figure out a case and turn it around, you feel like a god. In Rain Code, you figured out the case before the labyrinth. Yeah. That's real. And then it's literally how it's been, though. I mean, like the prologue case was one of the worst of them, because I literally solved every detail of the prologue case before the labyrinth. And then it was like a 3-hour labyrinth of everything I already knew. And it's like, at least in a Danganronpa trial, if you kind of want to have to figure it out before the trial, so that you can, so that the trial will be easier to go through, and then you can kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of a fun challenge. But the thing is knowing the answer before a Danganronpa trial doesn't like hurt. I don't know. Knowing how it's solved doesn't hurt the Danganronpa trial, because Danganronpa trials are so largely based on characters and characterization, and you get to see a culprit get confronted, and there's so many elements at play outside of just solving the mystery. That's not what it's about. It's about a lot more than that. Like, you get to watch the culprit try to navigate the class trial, and especially if you know who the culprit is ahead of time, like if you figured it out ahead of time, you can watch how the character you suspect is acting during a trial. You can watch how they try to defend themselves, and then it leads up to the execution. And there's all these different elements at play that make a trial fine, if not still just as great, even if you've solved it beforehand. Whereas Rain Code, it's like you solve it beforehand, which is very easy to do, and then it just explains everything to you so slowly. And then it gets to the worst where they do the recap at the end, the comic book one. That's the part I'm dreading the most because I always fucking hate that part of Raincode. I didn't even like it that much in Danganronpa, and at least in Danganronpa it made sense. But in Raincode it's just so stupid, and it doesn't even make sense to have it. So anyway, I'll be quiet now. I feel like it's still a little goofy, a little worrying, but all right. I'm like, just don't be laggy. Just play, just play. Don't delay. I really, if I have to wait any longer to finish this chapter, I'm gonna cry. It's also cool because in a trial, when you think you solved it beforehand, it makes the twists where your arguments fall apart that much more satisfying. So true. So true. That's a very valid point. Oh man. Danganronpa is just so much better, and I hate that this game wants to be Danganronpa because it's not even remotely similar, and yet they force all the mechanics of Danganronpa into it then when it doesn't fit. And it doesn't make sense, and it just sucks. That's just how it is. I don't know. All right, here we go.
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
Perfect. This is exactly where we were. Okay. Let's continue. It still seems like it's going to be a little
Which
laggy, but hopefully at least
this
it
is a
doesn't lag to
complex
the same
problem.
degree. How did the doctor plan to escape Kane Ward?
We have
Faking
to
his
choose
death?
the right door and insert the correct solution key.
Tell me it actually is going to
This
have
is
a correct
way
door.
more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
About to just start having some noodles in 4K.
As always.
The thing is, you want the confrontation part to be the best part of these games. Trials in Ace Attorney, Class Trials in Danganronpa, Somniums and the Somnium Files, they're all stuff you look forward to. You get excited when it's time. That's such a good point, honestly. I think that really is a big crux of it, is that these are the worst part of the game. It's the climax is the weakest part of every time, and you're not excited for it. And you make a very good point. You're like, will this reinforce my current theory or destroy it? What's going to happen? What's the mystery? Because you know something interesting will happen. Rate the noodles, please. I mean, they're just instant cup noodles. They're pretty good. They're good. But in Raincode, you're like, but we already know the answer. Don't force us to do this. Yeah, because there's also just not like the gimmick of the mystery labyrinth isn't anything interesting. You don't really get anything out of it. Like Somniums, you get really cool puzzles and approaches. You can explore the consciousness of a character, and it presents in a different puzzle, and like the way you solve those is so exciting, and it's different every time, really creative. And in Danganronpa, you get these crazy character interactions and crazy twists, and like the writing is really solid, and that's what you're looking forward to because it's so climactic. The mystery labyrinths are just mismatch of puzzles that are all imaginary, and then you come back to the reality afterwards, and it doesn't really have any stakes in and of itself. Like 9 out of 10 good or 7 out of 10 good? I mean, if we're rating it on a scale of instant noodles, I think these are like, for instant ramen, this is the best you're gonna get, you know? I think 9 out of 10, you know? But like in a scale of like regular ramen and like pasta, probably like 5 out of 10. But I think for instant noodles, they're really good. I'm just a big fan of Maruchan though, personally. Anyway, so how did he plan to escape Kane Ward? Terrorist bombing, blackout, swapping places. The blackout? Maybe? So airlock, no. Stab wounds, no. Doctor's notes. No, swapping places. It would be swapping places. He wanted to swap places with someone and burn them or whatever, right? Where is it? Yeah, doctor's notes. I think. Yeah, okay.
Oh, the door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
I have really good spicy
Are
chicken
you
ramen noodles I
sure
buy
you
in
weren't a
bulk.
phantom?
That's fire. With the mystery labyrinth, there's also the stupid rule: the person dies instead of confessing. So what is stopping Yomi from, or Yomi, who's the super corrupt dude, from just killing us and blaming us? So real. I think that is like the weirdest thing about the whole gimmick of like every culprit dies because of your curse or whatever. Because it does not help us at all. Like, we get in a pinch, and then we have to go into our brain to solve this mystery. We come out, and then the culprit's just dead, and they're like, all right, I guess you're off the hook. And it's like, we're not convincing anyone in reality. And in fact, if this game were taking things seriously at all, we'd be putting ourselves in a worse position. But because the game puts the whole climax in this imaginary labyrinth, it just kind of has to have the characters be stupid and be like, oh, I guess that you solved it. Even though, like, you didn't really earn that at all. All right. Ooh, this room's kind of interesting.
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being...
Yeah. He was going to swap places with a corpse,
Very
then
interesting.
melt it with acid.
I think this is very, very interesting. I'm not gonna lie, because I think this further lends credence to the idea that he was, I mean, not that we needed extra credence, because I guess we already selected the answer that he was talking to nobody, but he was all doing this play acting because he was going to fake his death and escape. It's just that he ended up actually getting killed in the middle of it. So, yeah. Yuma, after proving who stole $20 from the millionaire, Shinigami, kill that orphan child. Yeah. Raincoat is a pretty yet completely soulless game. So real.
He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
It feels empty. It's because there's no heart to it. The characters aren't fleshed out enough to have any heart. The connections and relationships between them certainly aren't. Like, there's not really any heart or soul to the game, and ultimately that leaves it just feeling like nothing a lot of the time, at least for most of the chunks. Which is, I mean, again, depending on what you're doing, you don't need the character dynamics to be the crux of it. But if you're not leaning on anything else, like, they don't have anything that they're leaning on. It's just, it's so nothing. There's no crux to the game. It's just nothing.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow. Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid?
Shinigami's like, that's kind of fire.
Yay! So cool and grotesque!
Cool.
So who was the substitute supposed to be?
That is a good question. I'm actually not sure about that. Because originally I was thinking he was trying to lure someone in, but the thing is the security system was still active. So how was someone supposed to get in? Like, we were just using Amapal, and I don't really get it. Thinking on that, the narrative in this game is a bit weird. You're saying that every suspect deserves to die without truly understanding their reasonings. Yeah, and it just leaves it in it's a very dark place, I guess. I guess the game also calls that out. I think it does. I just think it doesn't do it enough. Like, I think it's just a weird gimmick to begin with. I think Yuma should be a lot more fucked up by it. Like, I think if Yuma was, like, traumatized every time because he's basically murdering people, and that was something, like, that was a heavy theme and, like, part of his arc, it would be a lot more interesting. But it's kind of just touched on every once in a while. And I'm sure either in this chapter or the next chapter it's going to become relevant, but I still think that it should have been a major through line because he's basically murdering people every chapter.
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape.
Interesting. So he hired the hitman to kill himself so that he could actually kill the hitman. That's wild. Or he just learned a hitman was after him.
When he learned a hitman was after him,
I don't know.
he figured his
Well,
chance had arrived.
No, I guess I could see that.
The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman. and
What?
used the body as a decoy.
What was with that pause? The fuck?
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
Yeah.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up?
So real. Voice line, come on, play. Okay, he was captured by the Peacekeeper, sure. I guess
But
it
the
just wasn't gonna play
hitman
it.
never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
Bro, this patch I feel like just made a lot of it buggier.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, who are you?
Perhaps
Perhaps
that was- okay.
that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That's actually really interesting.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out.
Looks like a budget Tron. Come on, please don't freeze again. Please. Why? I'm gonna lose my mind. Is there a setting I can do? Configure. The stream is fine at least. Yep, that's good. It would be better if this wasn't this. Graphics. Can I change something with the graphics to make it?
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence.
System.
He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
Graphic settings. Is there anything I can even do? I don't even think there is. Window adapting. Advanced graphics. Accuracy level. How about just normal? Normal accuracy level. I don't know what that even means, but there we go. I slightly adjusted this. Okay, come on. It's not even letting me full screen it. Can I even walk while it's... No, it's just frozen. All right, well, we're taking a second for the emulator to let me control it and not be frozen. So it's not like frozen, because clearly it's moving. But I can't control it because it's on my screen, not on the stream, but on my screen it's frozen. So I'm gonna have a bite. Oh, I was gonna have a bite of tea, but I guess, or not tea, ramen. Sorry, I saw Charcoal Angel's message briefly out of the corner of my eye, and then my brain broke. Green tea would be fire, honestly. Maybe I will have some green tea today. That'd be kind of fire. I said that twice in a row, but it's fine. Here we go. All right, it's floating okay now. I kind of like this room. I'm not gonna lie. So where are we going exactly? Do we want to go up? Oh, I can't. Oh, that's upsetting. I guess we're just going forward. Restricted area. Okay. Oh, right, because
So
this
if I
is
didn't know about the
Amaterasu
security
Corp.
and had rushed into
This
the
is how we
lab,
got- yeah, right. I remember. This is how we got
You'd
here.
be a super sexy skeleton right now.
That's hot.
Aw, so close.
you want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman.
I still feel like it wasn't the hitman.
I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Anyways, back to the criticizing the fact that Yuma's the entirely wrong protagonist to be centered in this game. Oh yeah, you said this is a game that requires an emotionally complicated protagonist, not a simple-minded, pure-hearted one. That's why Yuma's character falls flat. He's the naive Boy Scout, even though he's committing a light yagami. So real, so real.
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom,
There's so many complex themes, and Yuma isn't able to carry any of them or explore any of them because he's such a nothing character that there's nothing, like, nothing can be weaved through him. No themes can utilize him in any way because he's just so nothing. Except for occasionally when they give him a monologue, like an inner monologue at the beginning of a chapter, and he like is randomly like an English major and like the most poetically, I don't know, phrased person you'll ever meet. It's crazy. It's not gonna.
We at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange.
Yep.
So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
I know when they actually entered. Can you give me an opportunity to say? Because it was when we were, we used the robot and then they followed us in with the robot. Remember how I said that before we started this whole mystery labyrinth? Oh man, that was crazy. What?
Where are we?
Why?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point!
Okay.
So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
No, they didn't.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death! We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
Oh yeah, guys, this is revealed in Fubuki's Gumshoe Gab. She has a big crush on Yuma, like it's almost never used. Imagine if there was a rivalry with Kurumi that could develop both of their characters more. I don't know, something. That is interesting. See, and the fact that all of anything character related is just reserved for the Gumshoe Gab things, which I have no, like, we're not gonna just go look at side scenes in the middle of the game. So it's just like they couldn't even find a way to fit any character stuff into the actual game. You have to go to side scenes to get a crumb of anything and be like, wow, I wish this was in the actual story. That's upsetting. No, they entered it. Oh, well, what are we defining as before? Because I think they entered the lab right when we opened the door. So, yes, but I'm going to say no because I think the lab is considered the full hallway, right? Was I wrong? Okay, yeah.
When I directed Amapel to go into the doctor's
Yeah, okay.
lab,
Sorry, I wasn't sure which way
he
they were
had a
taking
knife
it.
stuck in him, which means he was murdered before Amapel entered the doctor's lab.
He was murdered while we were holding the door open.
Your answer. Is correct!
I mean, we know because we clicked the other one and then you said that it didn't even say anything. It just like didn't let us click it.
Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay.
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Okay.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet.
Why the drum roll
It
if you're
had to be
not gonna
between when
also
we
have
spoke
it
to
for
the
wrong
doctor over the
answers?
intercom
That's a
and
wonderful
when
fucking
Amapel
question.
entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master.
Nope.
The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
Nope.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
That's true. That's true. And no one did, I think. I think they just hid in a vent beforehand. They were already hiding in a vent in the first room, which doesn't have any security things in it. Because the second room is where that starts with the toxic gas. So they were just already in the vent.
Huh?
Oh, we're back here. Okay.
Back on the original.
Maybe
Okay.
you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in.
Yes, this iconic line from Shinigami. Oh, nope, there we go.
Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
I wonder if there's graphical settings I can mess with in-game and not just with the emulator. 'Cause I just want this to not be the way it is. Fuck, I don't think there is anything. It's all just... Of course. Oh, no, not what I meant. Fair enough. Fair enough. Why would I bother?
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
Spot selection, wow. Where was the culprit before the crime was committed? Is this the hall? I think it is.
Here,
Yeah.
the culprit must have been here.
Yay! It opened!
Nice.
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside.
Yep.
But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Yeah. So we go in now. I like spot selection. That's a cool mechanic. I mean, it's from
He was just
Danganronpa.
hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
I thought we were gonna go into the next room,
Yeah.
but we're just in a random
The
hallway
culprit
for
was
some
waiting
reason.
for their
What?
chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapal into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided
What?
Amapal to the doctor's lab. So
Yeah.
the culprit entered the doctor's lab before that?
Oh my god, it's so easy.
would that
Come
be
on, Why are we
possible?
spending so much time on such a simple answer?
Only
We couldn't turn
Amapal
our
could
head.
get past security.
They mentioned 8 times how
Right.
we couldn't turn our head because obviously it entered while our
that's
head
the
was
next
not
big
turning.
question.
Spot selection is also an Ace Attorney. Oh, that's funny.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No. The researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled
Oh.
was the only one that could get past security.
I casually
So the
spilled broth
culprit
on
must
myself.
have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it?
They followed
There's
it.
no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting
Well,
tired.
don't tempt me.
Nope, motion denied.
come on. Someday. Well, someday.
Another fork in the road? Such.
Yes, okay. How did the culprit use Omapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
Okay, as a shield, I guess? Is that closer? Sure. Not as a weapon. It's either as a shield or neither. As a shield makes sense.
Huh? What do you mean, use Omapal as a shield?
Please be an
Omapal is
actual
supposed
root.
to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it, right? The culprit may have used Omapal as a shield against the security
I don't
system.
know. Okay, this seems
So,
like a...
the
Yes.
culprit followed
Okay, good. Never mind.
behind
This is
Amabel to avoid the toxic gas and explosions?
Thank God. Okay, good.
I get it! You're so smart, Master!
Yeah, imagine if we had figured this out before
Really?
the mystery labyrinth even began.
I don't think so.
Hey! Master just showed off how smart and logical he is. Master wasn't smart after all! Come on, take it from the top!
What? I can't see what it's not showing me. Wait, I couldn't see what the things were. The light was blinding. Bro, what? I literally don't know what the question is. The graphics are not helping me here.
Even if Omapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect the culprit from the toxic gas.
I'm in a predicament here. Is this because of the graphic setting that I did? I didn't think it changed anything, but maybe it did. Okay, let me go back to advanced. We're not advanced. What was I on? Was it not advanced graphics? Accuracy level high. Okay. And then can I configure anything with just regular emulation settings? I want to be able to see what the question is. Please. Please. Anything. I don't think there is anything. I don't think there is a single thing I could do. Oh my god. Okay. Well. We're just gonna... We're just gonna be... Oh my god. Okay. I don't... How did they bypass the...
It's gonna crush us!
Can't... I don't know what the question is. Can be beaten by Omapal. This one.
It's gonna crush
Was it
us!
not? Guys, I don't... Is this the emulator's fault? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Is it no?
Even though Omapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand the high voltage shock from the panel chamber.
God.
Which means it'd be impossible to use Omapal to protect yourself.
What? Wait, I don't even know what we were talking about this whole time. No, it wouldn't be, because we rewound time. Dumbass. But, okay, actually... Okay, it is right about the toxic gas, though, I think. What? Okay, that was so confusing.
You're only realizing this now.
Perhaps you will.
I'm trying my best.
Was I... Bro, was I capping then? You guys... Uh-oh. Because it wasn't a weapon, because it didn't do anything innately. Neither, is what I'll say. Because how would I have used it as a weapon? Maybe I was wrong this whole time, guys. I might have been cocky for no good reason. Please just don't do that thing again where I can't see anything, because I literally couldn't see what the questions were, so I didn't even know what I was really answering. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Please don't crash. Please. Pretty please. There's nothing I would love more than if you did not crash. Imagine if that wasn't the fault of the emulator, but actually a graphic glitch in the main game. That would be fucking wild. I wouldn't put it past this game, to be honest, but I think I think the emulator is more susceptible to glitches because of how poorly optimized the game just is in general, to be honest. Because I feel like this is not a problem with other emulated games to the same degree at all. It's just Raincoat that it has an issue. Oh my god, it's just frozen. Guys, I am losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I want this chapter to be finished. I am so close to giving up. I need this to fucking load. Kodaka lied. This patch did not help jack shit. This patch is way more unstable than the last one. This is just so much worse. I've not had this problem until I installed the new patch. Fuck my life. I'm so close. Why? Come on, game. Why are you just frozen? What did... The whole thing is just frozen. I'm stopping the emulator. I'm gonna reboot it. I'm gonna see if I can, if it will let me, go back to the previous patch, which for the record did have the issue with the last patch that I was hoping would be fixed with this, and was, for the record, was the cutscenes. The cutscenes were glitchy and not synced right, and that was the issue there. But I don't think the other patch ever had problems in the actual labyrinths. So maybe I go back to that patch and then then everything will work out all right, and we'll never have problems again. Ooh, ooh. I sure remember when we had problems. We'll never have problems again. Problems are the past and we're in the future. Whoa, we'll never have problems again. Maybe we just deal with the long load times because they're better than the game crashing every 5 minutes. Yeah, like genuinely long load times and cutscenes that sometimes lag and don't sync right and are just kind of shitty are much better than the game just not working and doing this. This is vastly worse. Like, this has never been a thing until I did the new patch. I've never had this problem. And to think Kodaka said, now you have no choice but to play Raincode now that we fixed things. This patch has made everything worse. Everything is so much worse. Why? Guys, this is my Joker moment. I'm so it's not even closing. It's not even closing. All I want is for it to close. It can't even do that. Patch for the emulator might be bugged, to be fair. True. That is true. That is very, very true. I blame Kodaka specifically. He's just the writer, but I blame him for this patch. Could I blame the emulator? Could I blame anyone else? Yeah, but I blame Kodaka specifically. That's my theory. The patch on the Switch probably isn't nearly this bad. Yeah, that tracks. I'm losing it, guys. It won't even close. I'm ending the process. I'm doing everything and nothing is happening. Literally nothing. End task. All I want to do is finish chapter 4 today. I don't want to wait any longer. I don't want to put it off anymore. I just want to be on the final chapter so I can finish the whole game. Why? Why is it like this? It's just guys, this is it for me. I can't. In retrospect, continuing to play this game on an emulator might have been a mistake. Yeah, mayhaps that could. You might not be wrong. You might not be. I mean, it was video time. I don't know if I want to overload things. Well, I mean, maybe. I guess we could possibly watch videos while my computer tries to end it. Sure. I hate that it's just not listening to me. There's one thing I want. There's one thing I want. And all it is it was that. That was what I wanted. It just did it. I can't believe you played this game for 24 hours straight. Yeah. I've put in so much of time and energy into this game, and that's why I really can't just quit. Like I was up for 24 hours with no sleep just playing Raincode. Do you know what that does to a person? Do you know what mental state you end up in? 24 hours of unfiltered Raincode? I'll tell you, you don't end up sane. You don't end up with your fucking marbles. You end up saying, no, I'll keep playing this game that I hate. I'm in too deep. I can't get out. It'll probably get good. It'll get good, right? 48 hours in. It'll get good. Yeah, I've heard it'll get good. So I'm sure it'll get good. So fate itself might be against you trying to finish the game, and that's why I'm going to keep fighting. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Okay. I think there's a way I can remove the update. I just have to remember how. Patch name update. Oh no, wait. Does it only let me choose between this one and the base game? What about the last patch? I want the last patch, please. Purdy, please. Wait. Oh, it's actually letting me adjust more settings now that it's not open. Wait. Experimental. Wait, okay. Guys. I'm leaving the patch on. Mainly because there's not... I can get the... if need be, I can go back and get the other patch, but I'm trying something else. There's more graphic settings that are available to me now that the game is not actually open, which makes sense in retrospect. I'm going to adjust some of these and pray to God. CPU, okay. Not the GPU. Let's not do the GPU. My CPU has not been having high usage, it looks like. I think, right? Or no, maybe it has, actually. Okay, I might have capped immensely. I changed my mind. GPU. No, maybe not. I don't know. Was Chapter 2 actually good? I keep seeing people say it was the good chapter. Yeah, I like Chapter 2 and 3. Chapter 2 had my favorite investigation for sure. Chapter 3 was just really good up until the murder. Yeah. It... I'm losing it. A Vulcan. What if I go to OpenGL? What is that? What's the difference between the two? If I click OpenGL, and then it has its own separate shaders. Okay. I'm just kind of changing random settings at this point and hoping that somehow it works, which might be an even worse idea than, because I'm not looking up what some of this is, so I'm kind of just... I mean, hey, if someone knows what changing the API from Vulkan to OpenGL does, let me know, and we'll find out if it was a really bad call. I feel like I remember hearing something about that, but I don't know. Bro, my computer is so slow all of a sudden. What the heck? It's crazy. My mouse is like being a little goofy, silly. Wait, it's not even under app. Wait, what? That doesn't... Where are you, Yuzu? There we go. Oh, it's not even claiming to use a huge amount of... What is this? Okay. Guys, I think we're NVIDIA only. Okay. I think asynchronous use disk pipeline cache. I have no idea. Auto. Force things. Fast GPU time. I wonder if what I'm doing is just gonna make it slower. That'd be funny. Well, I think we're good. We're gonna find out. Boop. Loading up ring code again. Thank you guys for bearing with me through this moment of grief, moment of heart-wrenching pain, moment of sadness, especially. Just all of the moments together, because I'm going through them. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm just here to make fun of you. Ha ha. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Let's wait. Okay, there we go. It turned off for what the wait, why did it showed up for 2 seconds upside down on the stream. It's showing up normally on my computer, but it's not. Why is it not showing up on stream? What? What about this? What? Wait, it's not. Why is it not? It's not showing up. Nothing? Wait, what? Well. Okay, I'm gonna do this then. I'm going to change here. Here we go. I'll just capture the display because it isn't showing up as a game anymore. So I'm capturing the display. Alright, guys. Did I just drop something? Okay. I think this might be the game that to break Caleb finally. Yeah. That probably will. Wait, it's not even load? Okay. Let's see what the difference is. I fucked around with the graphics. It's not even... It's barely even responding to my keys anymore. Guys. I wonder if that toggle you were talking about earlier made it incompatible with your streaming thing. Yeah. I feel like when I used my other emulator, it had a similar problem. So it might be... I don't even know.
Which means it'd be impossible to use Amapal to protect yourself.
Okay.
You're only realizing this now. At this rate, you'll be a grandpa before you stop being a rookie.
Perhaps you will improve in the next life.
I'm trying my best in this life!
It looks okay. By the way, I have an early dinner with my folks in a half hour. Oh, but damn. See, this is why I'm also upset. 'Cause we're just it's delaying it, so you might miss the conclusion, or I don't know. We'll see. I will say, if it has another major crash or issue, I'm just gonna accept it. I'm just gonna accept it, and it'll be fine. But if it is running okay, then I want to still try to see if I can just get this done. I just want Chapter 4 over with. That's all I want. It looks running... It's running okay, actually. I think. So it's not as a shield anymore. Is it somehow... I want to do neither. Unless it was somehow a weapon, in which case, I don't even know. I've lost all understanding of anything. Okay. Oh god, it is.
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Yeah, probably.
In the process of elimination, that must be it.
Yeah.
Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor.
True.
Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon.
True.
And the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield.
True.
It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
Fair enough. Rough. Okay.
Huh? That was the wrong answer?
Or was it? It was. It was it. It was. Was it? Was it actually? Because I was actually kind of hopeful, to be honest. I'm not gonna. I was hoping that it would. God, these loads are a little rough. I feel like the game is running smoother once it's actually here, but it's like the in-between segments that are a lot longer now. Wait, no, we're here now.
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
Oh.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because fuck me. Nope. Of course. Okay.
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then. We're back at where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at how did the culprit use Amapal?
Yeah.
With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
The answer is pretty obvious. I'm actually, I guess I haven't really been thinking because I've been too dead inside about how frustrated I am with the game crashing. Well, I mean, where was the culprit before the time of the crime? How did the culprit use Amapal? Because they what I've been assuming is that they kind of went in, because I still think that's the whole point of the door being held open, right? Is that they could enter, except for the fact that it's like they made a point to debunk the fact that that you'd still get fucked by the toxic room. I still think that the electricity panels room is not a problem because you could just follow the path the robot took if you were secretly watching. But maybe it would actually be, if we're back to this specific spot, it almost implies that it's one of the people here, which I don't know. But see, there's a slight part of me that wants to be like it's Fubuki, because her power, she could have easily made use of it, because once we get through everything and we all walk over, she could rewind it, kill. No, I don't know. I can't. My brain is too dead at this point. I'm just gonna
Connected?
see a second.
Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
because they were in the vent, but they didn't. Would they not be able to just there when they wouldn't be able to just follow, right?
Help him out more! More!
Maybe it's Fubuki. Have you considered Fubuki's cute? I mean, that's why I'm not really. I don't. It doesn't seem like it would be Fubuki. I don't know. Okay, I have to go now. I'll leave the stream up so you'll still get my view. Oh, thank you very much. Have a good dinner. We'll see how this goes.
The culprit was hiding in the airlock,
Yes.
where you also left the robot, right?
Define left the robot.
At that moment, only the culprit and Amapao were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
Hopped on top of the robot, but they. No. Right?
The culprit did something to Amapao?
But they. How do you make the
Clues
toxic
are
gas
always
and-
there, right under your nose.
I feel like
It's
my
a detective's
brain
job
is
to notice them.
trembling.
Did you notice anything strange
The
back
footprint?
then? Any tiny detail?
Is it referring?
Try
to
to
the footprint?
remember.
Something strange. Hey, now that you mention it, back then.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapao sees.
So this is running generally pretty smooth. I think it's just the loading screens that are getting fucked with this iteration.
It's like the cockpit of a mech.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh, I didn't remember that actually.
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
I'm not gonna lie, I have zero memory of this happening.
No, it's all right. It's stabilized.
Was it someone just jumping on it?
There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapao. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more
quite-
you're overlooking.
Something unusual.
Yeah.
Wait, that's it!
It's not what?
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange?
What?
The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapao, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera?
Because they went in and out before while our head was stuck, right? I mean,
If the culprit went past Amapao to enter the doctor's lab,
No.
they would have been
our
spotted for
vision
sure.
was cut off though when we were. That's like the whole point of it.
Now that you met,
But nobody showed up on camera.
Because we couldn't
How did
turn
the
our head.
culprit, Matt? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapao's camera?
Oh shit! Caleb finally put on his thinking face. Yeah, it's making me have to actually think. I hate it. I'm just frustrated now. I'm like, ugh. I guess I'll go back to deducting. I kind of gave up for a while, and now it's like I have to actually engage with it again. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm trying to get back into it. I think, but I'm just confused about. Because I guess maybe the issue is just using it as a shield by being behind it. But if the footprint is supposed to imply that it was on top of it that whole time, then how the question of how did it make it through the toxic gas still stands. Right? I feel like I'm missing
aren't you
something.
just
I don't
adding
know.
another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Are they?
Huh?
I feel like I'm
Yuma,
missing something.
The mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single
A
answer?
single answer.
Sheesh. I talk too much.
Okay. Where was the culprit before the crime? What caused Amapao's malfunction? Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? How did the culprit use Amapao? Okay.
What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
There's not plenty of time. That was
Or
Cap.
not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries.
Oh, I love Shinigami's thighs.
Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
Yeah. Okay, what are they wanting me to do here? Inside Amapal, on top of Amapal. As transportation. Culprit jumped on it. They were on top of the head, I guess.
I
Would
got
be
it.
Yeah.
The culprit rode on Amapal's head, using it as a method of
But
transportation.
how did they make it through the toxic gas? That's why I'm confused. They made a... Is it... Oh, don't freeze. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're so close. You're so close to working.
The door opened!
I'm thinking, okay, because I made a couple different changes in the graphic settings, and I think the one that might have actually been very beneficial was one about the resolution, because I changed it to its natural resolution. The setting it was on before was basically upscaling everything in real time. I think that might have been causing some of the lagging issues before, right? The other thing I changed was the API and the specific, like, I changed it from Vulkan to OpenGL, and I think because I feel like I have vague memories of Vulkan being like having specifically chosen Vulkan for some reason. So I think maybe when there's next an opportunity, I'll quickly move out of the emulator and just change it back to Vulkan and see if it is slightly smoother than this. That'll be the only graphical change I am committed to making for the rest of this stream. So that's, but I think that might be the thing, is that was an unnecessary change.
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Yep. Okay. Saving. Good.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapal.
All right. What I'm going to do real fast is I am just going to stop. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just going to stop the emulation. And make a couple quick settings changes. Also, I may as well, let me see. Oh, my phone is going off. I'm getting a call from Scam Likely. That's wonderful. That's super great. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. This is the trick of it. So we're gonna go to graphics, and wait, what? Wait, it's just back on the same. Wait, how do I properties? There we go. That's better. Okay, graphics. Change back to Vulkan. Using, yes, all of this looks good. It's just now at the proper normal non-experimental resolution. Window adapting, anti-aliasing, advanced graphics, accuracy level is, we could use, I don't know, high, I guess, keep it there. Force maximum clocks, blah, blah, blah. Sync to frame rate. Video playback. Maybe. Oh, no, I'll leave it, I guess. Okay. I'm reopening it now. And we're going to see how it runs. Nope, I saw it. I'm lagging very slightly. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it looks like I'm lagging. Oh, am I not lagging anymore? It was lagging for a second, but... I'm losing my mind, guys. Okay, come on. Yeah, that's looking better. Full screen. Okay. Okay. Good. Very good. We're looking good. We're looking good. This is good. Mystery Phantom. Q. Advances in bio. Okay, this is running. Okay. Okay, guys. We may this may be the time. The settings may be the right concoction after all this time. Please. I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. This is feeling better already. Minus the music cutting out for half a second just a second ago, but let's see.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapal.
Right.
What did you mean by that?
The sprite was still a little bit delayed switching though. Damn it. Okay, maybe I might have spoken too soon.
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapal and used it to get through.
We'll see. I mean, it's looking okay.
After we left Amapal in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Right.
Then they jumped on Amapal's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
Right.
That's insane.
Caleb, why aren't we friends on Steam? I only have like 2 friends on Steam, actually. If you want, we can be. I don't remember what my name is, but
Is
can
it?
be.
I think it's fairly reasonable. Amapal can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
The shoe print on Amapal's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it. It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
You're right. If it's true, then it does solve all of the previous mysteries. Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
I don't. But the toxins. The toxin
you-
room.
Have you not realized you're still missing something?
The toxins.
One,
What's with that huge sigh?
the greatest mystery of this case should appear soon.
Okay.
Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
It better be the toxin part and not how it got in and out of the room while we were at the door with an immovable head, because that one is self-explanatory and that would be annoying.
This is the panel chamber.
Maybe the killer was immune to toxins. Well, I mean, ironically, I'm pretty sure the doctor himself was immune to the toxins. That was his whole thing. But I don't think they'd have 2 people immune to toxins. Probably. I don't know.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond. Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
When did? So it is the self. It's the one that, because it didn't move its head. Because right.
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Oh, good.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved.
Thank
so
God,
let's clear
okay.
it out.
I was like, if this is the greatest fucking mystery, then I'm gonna lose my mind. Because this is so easy.
Beats me.
When would it have been possible? Well, we're at the door. Wall opening the door. Boop.
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapel entered the room.
Yeah.
Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapel at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Yeah. When did the culprit get off Amapal can also be read in a radically different context. Amapal was into it, alright? Okay, I see, yeah.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through.
Like this?
Oh, are you gonna recreate it in real time? We're loading to a different area to recreate it? Now that Vivi is participating, the mystery is suddenly more interesting. Crazy how character interactivity makes it better. Yep, it's almost like writing. Oh, not another one of these. Already?
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you?
Bro.
Your deduction is full of holes.
Bro.
If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
This is killing me. This is killing me.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
Yeah, we always have to do the same thing, so.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
Right. Yeah, no, totally. Totally. Okay.
The culprit hopped off Amapal as the door opened.
Would it be ghost form vent? Amapal's design, I assume, is what we're doing.
Then slip through the gap in the door?
Yeah. That's about right.
That's impossible even for Fink the Slaughter Artist!
Why? That doesn't make... Why would it be impossible?
Think about it.
I'm thinking.
If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
Oh, what? That's crazy. It couldn't do that. We were reminded like 8 different times because it was clearly an essential piece of the mystery. Wow.
Amapel is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
you little maggots, don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
Load, please. Okay,
I
cool.
get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the
Yeah.
culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind
Yes,
spot
we
it
know.
creates.
We've been new.
That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens.
I've been wondering, is there
Whoever
even a
planned
penalty
this
for wrong
must
answers?
have really wanted the doctor dead.
I think most of the time, no.
I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display.
That'd be fire.
A room of nightmares.
That would go hard.
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
Oh, not another one.
Again?
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room.
Oh, this is gonna be about how the doctor was deaf.
If the door opened,
So what if he did?
yes. If he had noticed in it, which means
That piece of trash is right.
Hey, what are you, on the Phantom side now?
Listen to my incredible work. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake!
Is it? Are we gonna be able to continue from here? Because it's kind of. Come on. Come on. I feel like these are always the longest loads. This one specifically.
Damn it!
Yomi
Your
is not a
deduction is
compelling villain.
inconsistent.
Yeah. I mean,
full
I
of
think the
inconsistencies.
real Yami is at least more fun.
By your
I
logic,
think this version of him is stupid.
even
as
if the
fuck,
doctor
but
could be stabbed,
still, Yomi's not nearly as interesting as
it
could
wouldn't
be.
be from behind.
Yeah.
That's all impossible!
It's not though. Ow, I just ran into it. If I think it was, it wouldn't be from behind.
Damn it!
Wait, let me see. Let's do this again.
Your deduction is inconsistent.
It's not.
It's full of inconsistencies.
Yeah. Okay.
By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
There we go.
Doesn't hold up.
Get fucked, bro.
No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way! The culprit quickly entered the lab. But the doctor was in the room at the time, right?
Okay, let's see. What would it maybe be? Doctor's notes or stored food information. Oh, it's just that he's deaf. That's what it is. Sorry, I that was what I was looking for before. I just didn't. I was like, oh, information on. Of course, that's what it is. Yeah, that was my bad.
There's no way he missed an intruder.
Come on.
Running is noisy.
Did it work? No, I didn't. Did I not hit it right?
Say,
Yeah.
Oh, it's running is noisy and his next
The
thing. I was gonna
culprit
say,
quickly
who would've
entered
heard
the
it?
lab.
It's the. I mean, it rebuts
the
basically.
doctor was in
same
the room at the
thing,
time,
but
right?
I guess whatever.
There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy.
Okay, yes.
So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit.
Wait, why is this one?
And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
Wait.
say,
That's
Yes,
right.
I know. That. But
The
where am I
culprit
supposed to
quickly
use
entered
it?
the lab. But the doctor was in the room at the time, right?
Okay, it's not that. Okay, is it something later that I've not gotten to?
hey,
Ugh.
The
culprit quickly entered the lab.
But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed.
An intruder.
Running is noisy.
Yes. Okay.
So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit.
See, why can't that one be the?
And his
the-
chest
the
would have
one
been
for me
stabbed,
to
not his
prove
back.
to you? Okay, what else do you have?
Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged?
No.
Even if he didn't look back from his desk,
Ow.
he would have heard someone coming.
He wouldn't have. Okay, there we go.
This is the truth.
It really took. I feel like that the statement could have been included a lot earlier. Like he literally said
Wait,
the doctor
had
would have
trouble
heard
hearing.
way earlier.
That's why he
so
didn't notice the
why did
intruder.
they wait till the second time he says it to actually make it a
Now you're spouting
rebuttable
nonsense.
statement?
There's a gaping hole in your logic. And there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate.
Is
Because
there?
you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
Right, bro. Sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's. Yep. Definitely.
What? I refuse to see the truth? Vivia said the same thing. But
It's strange, don't you think? Isn't it about time you noticed that something's off here?
What? What?
huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now,
Mm-hmm.
yet none of them are directly connected
Yeah.
to the culprit's identity.
It is true. I wish fake Yomi would say something more than abstract intimidations, but also I figured out the mystery. Oh, yeah?
That's because the culprit is the hitman.
If that's the
No,
case,
it's not.
why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul?
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back, unless we solve all the mysteries first. Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit
Mm-hmm.
is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
The culprit is the chief. Yeah, I think that does make the most sense. Primarily just because, I mean, it would be, really, it's literally, it could only be the chief or Vivia, and Vivia's behavior makes a lot less sense than it would if the chief was the killer. Although then, I guess the only question with the chief is just how the whole interaction with him getting stabbed went down. Was that the hitman who stabbed him? Or, because there was a person who walked away, put on a lab coat as they walked away from after stabbing him, after stabbing the chief or whatever, right? So I don't know how exactly that played out, but there's no one else it really could be, right? So I suppose that, yeah, that does track, but I also don't know what. Good, I think that also
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth. That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reasoning.
What has the hole been, though? That's what I'm kind of confused. They're painfully setting up that the truth hurts. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why it's like this whole time. And that's also what I was thinking about earlier, where I'm like, so clearly the fact that the truth hurts is that it's a main character. The main thing, though, is I feel like Vivia and Yuma, don't have that kind of relationship where Yuma would really care if Vivia was the culprit all that much, right? I feel like the chief would be the person that he would care about in that manner. But then it is still just kind of confusing how the chief got stabbed and what that element is. But I agree entirely. I don't know who else it would be at this point.
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. Just ignore this guy and keep going.
Hey!
Okay. I'm sure Yuma would care because the narrative would demand that Yuma care about Vivia. That is very true. That is very true. You are not wrong. I still think it's the chief.
Yuma.
I would agree. Ooh,
Yuma.
now, something that would be so...
Jeez, go away!
Oh, here. Something that would be
You know
so
what I'm talking
interesting
about,
would be
don't
if
you?
Vivia was trying
The
to
huge hole
mislead
in
us
this
to
investigation.
think that it's the chief, but then it's actually
What
Vivia.
are you...
They wouldn't do that, I don't think, but
Just
I think
ignore
that would be
him.
fire.
Let's review your deduction, shall we? The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind.
Yeah.
However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection.
Yeah.
After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
Okay. I'm on my last break and I'm dead and deceased and buried 9 feet under. Hello, Time and Caleb. Hello. I hope you are. I'm sending energy to help you power through the remainder of your shift. Welcome for this brief amount of time that you have. A brief reprieve from the cruelty of work life. It's something Vivia also figured out, which is why I wanted to kill Yuma. Vivia seems to like the chief an awful lot, so I'm assuming him killing Yuma was to protect the chief. That makes a lot of sense, actually. He's like, you want to look at the truth? You shouldn't look at the truth. He's like, don't look at the truth, my guy. If you want to look at the truth, well, I guess I'm going to have to kill you. Yeah, that does actually track quite a lot. But then it's like, what is the end game that we're kind of reaching towards here? I don't know. I guess that does make sense, though, now that I think about it, because we've been complaining this whole time about how they wouldn't just kill the chief off, right? And Yako's still just like laying there, bleeding out, slowly. They're like, oh, it's fatal wounds. He's about to die, but he hasn't died. Why hasn't he died? Why wouldn't they just kill him off already? It's probably because he is the culprit, and then, I mean, he's gonna die anyway. So the final blow is going to be us convicting him as the culprit, right? And then it'll probably be something where Yuma and Vivia don't say anything to the others. They don't tell the others, or maybe they will. I don't know. They could possibly. I'm not sure, but I think that I mean, he's like basically about to die anyway, so Yuma's ability wouldn't really matter ultimately, because it would just do the same thing. The issue with the dialogue is that everyone around Yuma is basically going, it's the chief. That's also true. You make a valid point, because isn't that was kind of what Yomi was saying when they found Yako, right? Is they were kind of pinning it on him a little bit too, which I think could still be an interesting thing, where it's like the original, what they were not exactly wrong, or he was the actual culprit, and you're not wanting to believe it, and that's what you were fighting. Like the whole reason we're trying to prove our innocence is to prove that none of us did it, but one of us did do it, right? Which I think is somewhat interesting. But do you think Chief was the person in that email? Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like we don't know enough about like the chief, even though like, which is sad because Chief Yako is like one of the main characters, but we still don't really know shit about him. So I can't really say what his motivation would be for wanting all this information, or it really, I have no idea. I feel like the characters are too shallow for me to really make a good theory about any of that. I can't lie.
Which is?
How did the culprit get past security?
What?
What?
We already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapal as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
Well, I mean, that one's self-explanatory because they literally, the robot did, so that they would have as well. The toxic chamber is the more pressing one.
Oh.
You know the answer to this one. It's not.
This is the end for you! You have nowhere left to go!
Why can't we just have a conversation and select answers instead of having to do a battle for every tiny little thing?
Oh, come on! What?
I won't let you, Mac, as the king of...
Perhaps tell me.
No,
An
I'll
escape
fight.
line?
Whether it's I'll fight.
I don't care. I'm
You'll skirt,
don't
you'll run away.
An now I get a really long loading screen. So, what if the murderer was actually Natsuki Subaru? That'd be fire, honestly. That'd be goated. They could just kill and then restart and then boom, easy peasy. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Keep playing with.
So, high voltage, special stuff, a panel chamber, decontamination device. Security log, ghost form. Fubuki's forte. Yeah, it was used while controlling Alma Pal. Okay.
Your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security?
Ow.
The critical lab security system was always live.
Yeah.
There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
security system? No living human can breach it.
No, please. No. Oh.
Don't tell me the culprit is a robot.
Come on.
Right.
I
Keep
tried.
playing with your shit deductions.
I hate
You
this
still haven't
so
solved
much.
the greatest mystery.
God, I'm losing my mind. I just.
How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system
Yes,
was
I know,
always live.
I know.
To reach the doctor.
No
The panel
living-
chamber shocks
Come
would have
on.
fried the culprit.
Just get to the point. I just
That
wanna,
security system?
just want to refute it.
No living human can breach it.
Thank
I'll
God.
slash through this mystery.
Oh my God. I'm going to die, guys. This is it. This is it for me. I'm losing my mind.
A human could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels.
Yes.
But we reversed time every time that happened.
The culprit died like a bunch of times. We brought them back a bunch of times.
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, but while that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amapao. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
Honestly, that's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
I mean, he says that like we failed like a bunch of times. We actually, I mean, technically I got it right on the first try, but then I accidentally died and I thought that I didn't solve it right, and then it was like the third try. So the only two deaths. So he only died like twice. So I was right. The culprit is Subaru though. Yeah, no, it was using return by death in real time.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence.
What?
But if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Is he?
Betray me?
Okay, this is interesting.
It's up to you, Yuma. This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's time to decide your past and your future.
You might be like, how could I kill the culprit? And then proceeds to kill the culprit with Shinigami. Literally. Oh my God. Yeah. Bro's a killer and he just won't accept it.
Why, Vivia?
So we're fighting Vivia now? Okay, I do like that. At least finally we're facing an actual character for the first time in this entire game. So that's refreshing. But I think this does pretty much hammer home that it is for sure like the chief, right? But also, it's like, does it really matter? The chief is like seconds away from death anyway. Like, it really doesn't seem to.
Let me ask you.
Oh,
How did the culprit bypass the...
Okay, I actually don't know about that. Unless theoretically, imagine if Yako was planning to die this whole time, right? Maybe that's what it's actually getting at here. Because it takes 30 minutes after exposure for the toxins to spread, a certain death and all that jazz, right? So, I mean, theoretically, I mean, they had 30 minutes. I mean, he could get in, get out, do all this within 30 minutes. He is now laying on the ground dying, so that actually could literally just be it, right? Because that's in the electrical room, which isn't really relevant here, I don't think. I wonder if the person in the electrical room was Vivia. I don't know how that's relevant, though, because the blackout isn't correlated to the electricity in the lab, so I don't know why that matters. Death threat, and then ghost form traits. Yeah, I think it's literally... I think it might just be this, toxic gas properties, which is interesting.
Toxic gas chamber. It's impossible to avoid the gas.
Yes, okay.
The culprit would surely die.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yes, okay. Well,
Let me ask you.
I hate that I get the right answer, but I just don't match it to the right, and then they just
How
tell me
did
the
the
right
culprit
solution key
bypass
to
the
use. And I'm like,
toxic
I know
gas
what the
chamber?
right key is. I'm just trying to find the right statement.
It's impossible to avoid the gas. The
I'm running out
culprit
of
would
life.
surely die. You should
Damn, he's
already
doing
know
like
this,
little
right?
twirls and stuff.
The gas has a special trait.
Yes.
The gas can see through even a gas mask.
Yeah.
No ability can nullify its toxicity.
Hmm.
Once it hits you, you're done for.
Oh, what? That one I would have
Die
actually
before
rebutted.
reaching Weska.
Nope.
This is the truth.
I am on low health at this point, and I'm worried.
If you pass through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you. Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks
That's
here that can
crazy.
block this toxic gas. And no fortes that can
Okay,
nullify
so
it.
here's the question. Why the fuck would the chief... Why the fuck would the chief want the doctor dead that badly? Because that's like a Nagito type move. Like, he was literally killing himself just to kill the doctor. Like, for why? Why is this necessary? That's bizarre, and I don't understand it. Unironically, fighting Vivia is the best thing that happened in the labyrinth. They should have done the battle against an actual person from the start. Despite the fact that nothing changed much, the fact that you're arguing with a real person feels better. Oh my god, yeah. The arguments are more natural rather than made up. Yeah, no, because usually, I think the thing is with the caricatures that we're normally fighting, they're kind of just like, their arguments are more just like, yeah, well, they say something really dumb just so that you can refute it. Like, it's not written to be a character, it's written to be something refutable. It's like, they're not a real person, they're not making actual arguments, they're making... all of their statements are designed to be refuted. And then most of it's just bullying and stuff, too. Vivia's an actual character, and already his arguments are just more interesting, and it feels like they're more grounded, there's something happening. It was a tangible conflict, finally.
There's only one way you could get through it. You do nothing. You endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
That's crazy.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic
Why?
gas?
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the truth.
And Vivia's argument is an actual argument that brings up a legitimate point. So fucking true. That's been the big thing that I've been struggling with the theory the whole time, actually. Like, genuinely, that's why originally I was like, it doesn't really make sense for him to just jump on the robot's head. And I was having trouble accepting that as the answer because of the toxin room. Like, that has been consistently the big hole that I've been fighting against that I couldn't figure out, because I really hadn't considered the fact that he just took the toxin and was poisoned and was like minutes away from death, which is fucking crazy. So yeah, literally, I mean, Vivia made a very valid argument, which was very rare in these mystery labyrinths. So
I can't believe it. But if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
Then they...
the culprit is...
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth, Yuma. Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes? Isn't this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
Yomi's mystery phantom and Vivia are both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up until now, the mystery labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And that's because it's a reflection of my own reluctance.
interesting. Update: my family has not started talking politics yet, which is a good sign. That is a very good sign. We can take that as a win. Update on our end: we just had an actually good little battle. Finally, Vivia is actually fighting us, and we weren't fighting a caricature. We're fighting actual Vivia, and that was very interesting. In general, this is very interesting. It's crazy. Yako's just fucking suicide bomber type beat, and that's wild.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is? It's the hitman, right?
No.
The truth is worthless.
I'll tell you guys my issue with the culprit in a minute. Okay, fair enough. I think there's...
Nothing is
wanna
less
know
value
motive,
in
'cause
this
I'm very
isolated, rainy
confused
city.
as to what that would be.
No one wants the truth. Not even you! Now, rot away and die right here!
I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter if we killed Chief Yako, because he's poisoned and is going to die no matter what in like 2 minutes. So it really doesn't matter.
No one will get in my way. Kanai Ward, Amaterasu! They both belong to me!
Oh, we have a loading point. All right. Loading. As long as it loads. Oh.
If the culprit carried out the crime
Vivia
that you
helping?
deduced, then they should be dead from the toxic gas.
Or nearly dead,
But
right?
no one at the scene has died from poisoning. If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
You're right that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas. But that was part of the culprit's plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth? Your world will fall apart. The world that you believed in.
All right.
Your deduction is wrong.
Okay.
Don't disturb the peace.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
It's
Oh,
not
don't.
even worth debating.
I mean, it's a little worth debating. Well, not that much. I mean, he's gonna die.
Is this the
regardless,
best you can do to refute it? Just Just give up and die!
Ow. The culprit misrepresented their death by using the hit plan.
With this,
Yeah.
I'll expose the truth.
But who is the person who walked away in the lab coat then? That's my only confusion. Because was it Vivia?
The
Maybe
culprit
Vivia
misrepresented
and
their death
Yako had
by
a
using...
conversation before we got there. He stabbed himself after telling Vivia what was up, and then Vivia walked off. Maybe. That's all I can think of, but... Yeah, see, this is literally exactly what you mean with fake Yomi having terrible arguments. Yeah, no, because he's not written to actually argue against you. He's just written to be wrong.
The hitman. The culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas. So they used the hitman to
Yeah.
cover up their own death.
First of all, the issue is I didn't feel for Yako's death because the entire time he's been treated as a joke. The detectives say he's a leader, but the whole time he's just been in the background. Which is, yeah, why that's kind of why I'm confused. He hasn't really been fleshed out enough where I can really ascertain any motive from him. He's not really been an active entity in any degree, so it's weird to, I don't know, yeah.
Use the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor. They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor?
Wait, yeah.
The doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't
no.
that belong to the hitman?
All you would need is a similar knife.
Yeah.
The story of Fink the slaughter artist using a knife
Yeah, that's
inscribed
kind of the
with letter
whole
F. is
setup.
Nah, we leave it alone until we it's the one that Fink...
Yep, we know.
Stop. To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Wesker was killed by the hitman!
Homie, you're just arguing against us no matter. That's the other dumb thing about the mystery phantom versions of the characters, whether Yomi or whoever, because not each chapter, but I can't remember if Yomi was also the guy last chapter, but I think each chapter usually has like a different person who's arguing against you, and I think the issue is no matter what you argue, they think you're wrong, and they're like, I get it. The goal in the mystery labyrinth is to hide the truth or whatever, but like at the beginning of this whole thing, he was representing like it was you guys were the ones who did it, you detectives, and now we're saying, yeah, it was a detective who did it, and he's like, no, it was the hitman. It was the whole time. It was the hitman. It was never one of you detectives. It was the hitman. It's like I get that this whole thing is to contradict us, but it's also like he's just switching up, you know?
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
The real culprit. The real culprit is...
The time has finally come. It's time for you to acknowledge what you've known all of the tiny cracks. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth?
I guess so.
Then, show me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the hitman's target.
Oh, I'm out of soda.
I know. I've known all along.
Now.
Yep, expose the truth. Let's see. Come on. Just jump right into it. Yup, with a key. What key? So what? It was Yako. Did the doctor like experiment on his wife or something? And his wife was the woman, something like that? Maybe? I assume it's the photo, right?
The bloodstained photo found in the hallway near the lab.
Okay, this is kind of fire.
There was a person pictured with a woman. That
Music's good.
was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face. But I know who it is. It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No.
Oh, come on. Don't interrupt the moment, man.
Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
He's gonna die regardless. It doesn't matter.
I don't understand, but good luck, Master. I'm
Oh my
always
God.
by your side, haunting you.
Can we just, like, have the moment without all this drivel? Please? Oh, of course. All right. That's funny. Who the fuck is that third person? Who is the third person? Imagine. Okay. And then the game died. Oh, no, there we go.
Damn it!
Oh, it's a little frozen. Oh fuck. Damn, I was just about to say I'm glad that the game is running smoothly again, and then this decided to.
Yako.
So surprising. So that was a scene. I mean, I like that they at least played it mostly genuinely in there until Yomi started yelling and stuff, and it was kind of annoying. But I don't know.
Why?
I got,
Why's Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab.
Do you think the chief might be the culprit? I'm thinking maybe. I'm thinking a hard maybe.
In other words, the chief was the hitman's target.
What does that even... Yeah, okay. Okay.
But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant.
Wait, so it was actually the hitman who killed Yako, or who stabbed Yako, and you...
He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue.
What?
And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself.
Well, it didn't help that he wiped the blood.
It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target.
Oh, never
and
mind.
The chief tried to conceal it, which means the blood covering the face on the
never
photo was likely done on purpose.
I'm so confused right now. Actually.
Hold on, Master.
What was the? So then, what was the doctor? What?
Are you serious? You're...
Okay, I'm so confused.
Really? I don't buy it. He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either. But
why?
there's no other way.
I don't understand what this is.
Don't forget this stuff.
Oh, battle with Vivia again. The anemic vampire is going to throw questions at you back to back. Hit the correct button when you have the correct answer. You'll take damage if you avoid all of the assailing assaults. Fair enough.
The phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway.
Cool. Great.
Because it's something I must do.
Okay.
While the chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
Why did Yako send the death threat? Oh,
No,
that was sorry.
that's
I hit
not the
wrong.
reason.
Quick time events were hard. Sorry. I hit the completely wrong button. Okay, yes. Again. Okay. Quick time events, please. Here's the killer.
Answer me, Yuma.
Make it seem like the doctor is in danger.
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger, which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note.
Oh yeah.
Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities
Jesus Christ.
and murder the doctor.
It's kind of fucked up.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
I guess let's see. You're only giving us one thing for a quick time event, right? So just use the disguise ability. Wait, what?
The note was sent to the peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the peacekeepers also received the death threat.
I'm kind of annoyed because I don't know how long I can keep it going. So, fuck. We'll see. We'll see. There's a chance the tail end of the chapter I might have to save. But I'm a little annoyed because I don't know if I can go much past like 4, which is like 12 minutes. I'm running on. Oh fuck. We're gonna find out.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger.
Not gonna lie, Caleb. Despite the shoddy writing for 2/3 of this chapter, the conclusion is actually pretty good. It's not bad actually. Well, depends on what the fuck Yako's actual motivation was, because I'm kind of confused with most of it. But
I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as
Yes, okay,
peace.
we
You
all-
were already at the lab.
yes, we met
Yes.
up with the chief at the lab. We split up after the blackout.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the peacekeepers will see us. I knew it.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In
Oh
the
my
meantime,
God, right.
You two hurry to that doctor.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
The chief
Interesting.
said he'd buy
Yeah.
us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan? So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
Oh.
No, that's not it!
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to wait and then see. Was it
The
you?
chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid.
So I'm supposed to
Was that
intentionally
also the chief?
miss the quick time events? Is that what they're saying? Okay. So I wait and then I wait and then. Okay, no, it was Fink the Slaughter Artist. Okay, I see.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
So he put a hit out on himself?
But why?
Another issue I have with it being Yako, I liked Yako being a joke character because that's what I thought he was. His actions borderline come out of character. The third dude is, think the slaughter artist. Okay, I just am confused with it, really. I don't really understand where it's coming from or what is happening. Remember when I jokingly said it's the chief after they mentioned the knife being on his desk? Oh my god.
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system.
Right.
Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start.
That's crazy, bro.
He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
Okay. That's crazy.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag!
Yeah.
He used you all to get away with murder!
Yeah, I mean...
Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all! Master, grab that coward and...
Enough!
Okay. I mean, I just don't
Why
get it.
did it have to come to this?
What is why?
Chief
What's
Yako
the motive?
saved me. He took me in. I had lost everything. Even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times.
The fact that he said he thought of us as family, yet potentially risked all of our lives on a whim. Like, I want to feel bad, but he comes across as an asshole. Yeah, it just kind of seems shitty. Is how you're supposed to feel, I think. Yeah. I'm just confused. I just don't get what, like, why.
But still, I really admired him.
That he manipulated everyone and was actually a bad person. Yeah. I'm just confused.
So, why? Why did you do it?
Yeah, come on. What is your motive, my guy? Please. That's all I need. Give me the motive. What is
this about the woman in the picture?
Yeah, that's what I was...
Chief, please
Did she get experimented on?
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead.
Oh, or is
Master,
it?
watch out!
What if it is somehow actually... Oh. Oh.
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant. I don't know what the chief was hiding, but that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found, so he hid it behind the potted plant.
Yako does have a visual novel, apparently, guys. I think that exists because they know they didn't develop him in the game. Okay, what visual novel does he have? What? That's interesting. But that is also rough that they couldn't just develop him in the game that he was in. But
he left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but to exit the mystery labyrinth, You will have to eliminate the culprit.
Eliminate? The
I mean,
chief?
he's gonna die regardless, so it doesn't really matter.
Are you
He's
really going to do this?
The poison's incurable. Hasn't that been established? Like, he's literally just about to die.
After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief, will you still bury him in the name of truth?
The chief took me in when I had no memories, or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
Yeah, that's a little rough.
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time. But I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
Yeah.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away.
So he just wanted to keep us away so that we wouldn't... So that we would think of the chief in a better light? Is that more so what it is? Not to... Just so that, like, we wouldn't be emotionally devastated? In that case, would his when he threatened to murder us, was that like a bluff, sort of? Is that kind of what they're getting at with this? Or...
Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Yeah, that seems fair. Oh.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction.
I do have to take back some of what I said about Vivia last stream, because now his motivations suddenly make more sense. I agree. I think he's a lot, like, I still think the writing is pretty shoddy with the hammering in. Oh, are you able to face the truth? Are you able to, like 1,000 times? Because it's also to the point of like making it a little clear where they're going with it. But I do think in general, I can appreciate where Vivia was coming from, especially with a lot of the stuff before the Mystery Labyrinth, everything happening there. Why is he threatening Yuma to protect the chief when Yuma was doing it to help the chief? Yeah, no, yeah. So I guess it clears it up for sure. Yeah, the arc Yako Aimo should have had, in my opinion, is like he starts afraid, and then after seeing Yuma's actions, he becomes brave or something. This is just confusing what the writers were going for. Yeah, I just don't understand Yako at all, to be honest.
The
I just don't
conviction
get
to
what
accept the
his
truth,
thing is.
no matter how cruel it may be.
I think that's...
Now
I don't know.
is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue, if you're prepared for it.
Hey, you better not get in Master's way again.
Yuma, do you remember when the chief's soul called out to us?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
And trust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God and your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction.
I mean, he's gonna die regardless, so I really don't think it's on us.
As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be.
Okay.
I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here.
Okay.
In that sense, we're accomplices.
Damn, that's a good line.
If you must bring down the chief, then I will lend a hand.
That's good.
I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high, because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
What happens to Yuma if he dies from the pact? Does he go to the afterlife, or is it a Death Note situation? I think, from what I understand, it's that he's just trapped in the mystery labyrinth forever or something like that, right? I might be misremembering, but I thought that was like the whole thing, is if he doesn't solve the truth or whatever, then the mystery labyrinth just kind of evolves and becomes like a prison, and he just is like stuck in this infinite abyss of whatever forever. Or it's just like there's a certain amount of time until it's like you can't escape the labyrinth, and then you're just trapped here forever, and your body in the real world is dead, I guess, while your soul is here. I think that's what I vaguely remember, but I might be wrong.
I understand, Chief Yako. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Nice. Oh my god. I'm so annoyed because I can't go much longer. I might have to just stop here in a second. I can't, like, I have to leave. I can't stay that much longer. Fuck me. Oh. Oh, okay. Cannot. Oh, I don't. I'm trying to think because I can't really. I may just have to leave it off here. I'm not gonna lie, guys, because I literally don't have the ability to not. I mean, I can just have the emulation paused, and then maybe actually do the finishing stuff for it soon, because I just have to go in a couple minutes, so I can't. I'm a little annoyed because it's not quite the end of the chapter, but fuck, I'm trying to. Fine, okay. I'm annoyed because I don't want to just end there, but I kind of have to go, so I don't have a choice. Caleb, it saved already? Okay, I mean that. Well, then I probably am fine to just resume from here. I mean, to be fair, I guess doing the comic strip and everything will probably be a good recap at the beginning of next stream. And speaking of next stream, it'll be the last stream. I will say definitively, I'm going to clear a night or something or afternoon, or I'll clear someday to do it and just do a giant. At least that's my goal. I guess. Maybe I shouldn't say 100% certainty, but my goal is just to kind of blaze through the full final chapter in one go, and I guess the very tail end of chapter 4 as well. We'll see if that holds up. Maybe it won't. There's a good chance it won't, but I would love if it did. Okay, well, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I will see you soon. I don't know when the next stream is going to be yet, 100%, but I'll figure it out as soon as I'm able to. And I'm excited to at least get the rest of Raincoat done, and then we'll be done, and it'll be great, and we'll be done. So yeah, thank you again just for watching and hanging out. I hope you take care of yourself, drink some water, eat some food, get some rest, do a little jig, cure your own depression, or have a therapist help you with it. So, yep. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Very quick end. I'll see you soon. Bye.
And you're high on acid, and you want to go home, but you can't go, because your friends are here.